be in peace with it.
Both.
I can understand.
But being in peace with it is doing something about it, actually. It's the first step. But it's the situation of, let's say you have a relative who is dying and they're terminally ill. You can't save them, but there's still something you can do, right? What can you do for them? You can help them to die in peace, can't you? Yes. So that's what we have to do, is help this dying world die in peace and come out of its misery soon. But that it can only die, according to the law of God, when it has been replaced by another society that is based on love and based on a principle that deserves to live. So we have to create a community that is an alternative to the current dying world, and let that culture spring up in the death of the old world. And so communities like this one are being born now. And by supporting a community based on love and harmony and mutual assistance and egolessness, you are helping that world to die peacefully. And people who want to leave that world and live and be happy can join such a community. And you can be one of those who welcomes them and helps them to heal from the wounds that this old world is causing.
But then in this current community, how can we be in peace?
By recognizing that it is an act of God and an act of nature. People die, right? It's not a tragedy when someone dies. It's part of nature. You let them die. You don't cry over it. You don't get in pain over it. But you help them to die peacefully and in the knowledge of God so they can go to the light. That's what we have to do. We have to bring the knowledge of God back into the world and bring a living model of the way the world can be into the reality field of those who are in this world. So then they have a choice. They could live in that which is being born or stay in that which is dying. But right now, the choice isn't available because nobody's supporting these communities that are trying to grow in ways that are more beautiful and loving. But because people are so cynical, they're staying in that old dying world and without giving their life energy to something much better that deserves to be born and to live. So when you invest in a community that is based on the principles of God rather than of the ego, then it gives life to that and helps other people then to also give their life energy and be rooted in the energy field of God and let go of what is dying and to not be worried about it, not be concerned and not be in pain over it. Okay? All the prophecies of all the religions and the Mayans and the Incas and all of the peoples of the world have said we would reach this period of the end of this world age and the beginning of a new world age. Well, this is the time now. So don't cry over it, but be part of the transition that brings the new world into being. That's all. It's very simple. There's no tragedy here. It's a blessing.